Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. It's Monday night. My name's Phil. Welcome. If you're joining the show live, thank you. Get your comments in, get your views in, whatever you want to say. We can talk about what a week it has been for Leicester. We want to know your views, your comments in tonight's Fan Zone show.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everard's, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie & Co. Estate Agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. As ever, if you're watching this live, we can get your views in. We can get your comments in. Good evening, Karen. Hope you're well. Let me know what you thought to it. Ross is watching. Evening, Phil. He says, happy 9-0 2-year anniversary. Thank you, Ross. I did not know that. 2 years ago since Leicester thumped Southampton, according to Ross. Listen, where do you want to start yesterday? Shall we start and shall we talk about Youri Tielemans? I want to know what your views are on him. It looks like he is back to top form. What a great goal it was yesterday. Let me know in the comments. Put what you think the difference is. Why has Youri suddenly started to play so well? It's been a transformation. We know he can do it, but what has happened that he suddenly comes back and can do such a good game as yesterday? Want to know what you think to that, so do let me know on that front. Let's see if we've got any comments in. Mateus is watching. He says, if us and Napoli win our next 2 Europa League games, we'll make it through automatically, says Mateus on the Europa League. Obviously, we've got a little break from that this week. The councillor, good evening, sir, says, what a great week. It was. It's amazing what a difference a week makes, isn't it? Councillor Youri, get him signed. Open the checkbook, says Lewis. He still hasn't quite signed, has he, Lewis? And I want to know what you think. Ross says, it pains me to say this, Ross says, but I think he's playing for a move in either January or the summer. Ross, if he was going to go anywhere, which none of us want that to happen, where on earth do you think Youri Tielemans could go from Leicester? Where could this guy end up? That would be the question. How good is he? On his day, he has definitely had some average performances with us, but he has had some great performances with us as well. So let me know what you think to him. Amanda says, I'm doing well. Amanda, hope you're well. And she says, I think Youri is a good player. I think he's better than good, Amanda, if I'm honest. I think he's better than that. Fee says, yep, definitely true. 2 years ago. Where were you? I know I wasn't at the game that day, but I was in the Stamford Arms in Grube. What a lovely pub that is. I was in the Stamford Arms. It was packed. We went down with some friends, a couple of beers. It was one of those where beer every time a goal went in. I remember walking out there a little bit soggy, shall we say. What a day that was. Where were you when Leicester beat Southampton 9-0 away? Were you at the match? Let me know your views and your comments there. Reedy says, after the final whistle, we all chanted, sign him up, and he looked back and smiled. That's Reedy from Leicester Fan TV. Don't forget, he is live on Friday nights at 7:30. Reedy is actually live tomorrow night. He's covering Jack's show. He will be doing a Brighton preview, because obviously we are playing Brighton on Wednesday. We'll get onto that in a little bit. Lewis says, make Youri Tielemans an offer he can't refuse. Paul agrees with that and says, pay him what he wants. You've got to keep a bit of a lid on it, though, Paul, haven't you? You can't just... We have to work within a structure at Leicester. That is how we're doing it. Simon says he's played a lot over the years, Tielemans. Has he recharged? What I don't want to start this, what would he be worth? But I'm going to say it. What would Youri Tielemans be worth? When he's on form, like he has been the last week in particular, you look at him at Belgium International, playing with De Bruyne for Belgium, playing one of the best sides in the world, Belgium, playing at one of the best clubs in the Premier League with Leicester. What could he be worth? Don't want to sell him. We want to build on him, just like we do with Maddison. It was great to see Maddison playing well yesterday. We'll keep going on the chit-chat about Youri Tielemans, but Maddison as well had a good game yesterday, didn't he? good to see Maddison back. I want to know what your views are on James Maddison. Nice to see him back. Great, any sort of goal, he'd take that. Celebration, went over to the Brentford fans behind the goal and gave them a bit. Well, he's obviously been learning from Jamie Vardy in there. So, what are your takes on James Maddison as well? Want to know what you think to that. Carlos says, give him 200 grand a week if I was a billionaire. Carlos, I'm going to guess, mate. Just a wild guess. You're not a billionaire. In there, Danny is saying he's worth 80 to 100 million. Jack saying 60 million. Patrick saying, why the rush? He's got 18 months left. I guess, Patrick, because by the time you get to next summer, with players who are on the up and value going that way, or, a year is not long enough on a contract because people could run it down and he's worth nothing. Redface on YouTube says, I'm happy Maddis got his goal. Yeah, I agree. It was what do you know what? I want to talk about that goal, the Madders goal. I know we're dodging around. We always dodge around on a Monday because you guys lead the say so on that. That goal, I want to talk about Iheanacho's role in that goal. And I thought that goal, with Madders popped it in the net, Daka did well. That goal was thank you to Iheanacho. And what Iheanacho did in that goal is exactly why he needs to be in the team every single week, in my opinion, because he is that glue, like we've talked about Okazaki. Nacho just held the ball up lovely, then threaded a beautiful ball through for Tielemans to punch it through. But Iheanacho's little hold up there, he didn't give the ball away. Jamie Vardy doesn't play like that, and it was great. I'm not having a go at Vardy there, but Iheanacho, he does that job so well. So let me know your views on him. Emmanuel says, good evening. We're celebrating Independence Day in Zambia, and I'm glad to be part of the show. It's brilliant to have you on here. We've got Leicester fans from all around the world watching Leicester Fan TV, which is great. Rob's going back to Yuri. He says, Yuri's established Belgium international player. He could play for anyone. This is what I'm saying, Rob. When we talk about his value, he is playing for, I think last time I looked, Belgium was certainly in the top 5. They were the top 1 rated FIFA team in the world. And he's in that team. He's in that team. Lee is talking about the Southampton game, I'm guessing, saying, I was there. Well done, Lee. Wayne, good evening, says, he's at his best again. Maybe captain's job would suit him, drive him on more. I need to guess, Wayne. Are you talking about Yuri there? Are you talking about Maddison? I'm not sure. Maddison could be captain material one day. I actually do believe that. I think it's nice to see him there. Redface says Rodgers doesn't like Nacho. I don't quite agree with that. I think he does like him. Carlos says Nacho is a number 10. He's amazing. Played ever so well yesterday. Honestly, that goal, the second goal, I honestly thought, Andrew, I agree. Nacho is the new Okazaki. We've been saying it for weeks. It's not that he does more than Okazaki, if you're honest, because he holds the ball up, he links play up, he scores a goal. He actually does more than Okazaki does, Andrew, if I think so. The councillor says, do we have to do this every time, sir? I think so. He says, Nacho is nailed on starter for all the big games now, cannot be dropped. I think Nacho's in there, and I think it's Vardy or Daka with him. I'm with you on that. I think Nacho at the moment does need to start in there. Kevin says, are the club or fans doing anything at the game on Wednesday for the anniversary? Put in the comments if you know of anything specific. I've got to be fair, at this stage, I'm not aware of anything specific. Is there time for us to set up a minute's applause or something from the fans? We could do that on, well, what minute would you do it on is a question if you were going to do it. 61st, 63rd. I don't know, but they definitely should be doing something. Chris says, I think we're worrying over nothing with Yuri. His passion for the club is second to none. I agree. Chris, did you see that bit? There's a little clip at the final whistle where Yuri gets very excited just because we've won, which is great to see. Anyway, Chris says, trying hard week in, week out, celebrating his goals with passion, cheering and interacting with the fans, he'll sign a new contract. I think you're right, Chris. I actually think you're right. Probably agents hanging out for money. I don't know. Patrick saying thank you. Yes, being told to get in the ground early for a remembrance video. Thank you for that. That is for Wednesday at the Brighton game. I didn't know that, Patrick, so I really, really do appreciate you putting that in there. Oh, Chris is saying they've just sent out an email. Do you know what they have? And I'm literally reading an email here. I'm going to read it out. It says here, Vichai and the other sad victims in the accident will be remembered by the Leicester City family this month as the club prepares to mark the 3rd anniversary of the tragedy that claimed their lives. It goes on to say this is the first year in which a first-team fixture falls on the 27th of October. Supporters attending the game will be invited to take their seats early with a crowd display and a minute's silence to be held before kick-off. There will be private services in the Memorial Garden, but that will be open to the public between 11 a.m. and 4:15, and again from 5 p.m. Supporters are very much welcome to visit the garden during the opening times on that day. So a minute's silence. Thank you, Chris, for letting. I've just read that out from my emails. A minute's silence before the game. Feel free, of course, and a fans display. So I would think that's some sort of tifo, if I'm honest. Well, that's breaking news, so we know that in there. Paris, good evening, Paris. Thanks for joining the show 2 weeks ago. Hope you'll come on again. She says, all right, good victory for us yesterday. The atmosphere was unreal at Brentford. Madders has been brilliant lately. He needed that goal to prove to us fans he deserves to be in the starting lineup. And Fiore, I'll lock him in the stadium when he signs a new contract. Give him what he wants. It was interesting. I don't know if you saw Match of the Day. I watched it back later on last night. Madders saying he's had to have a good hard look at himself. And it seems like it's worked, which is great to see. Now, listen, we're going to get through as many of your comments as we can in the next 20 minutes before we finish 8 o'clock. We are live every Monday, 7:30 till 8:30. I need you guys, everybody who's watching this, we've got lots of people watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. So thank you for all that. I need you, if you're watching this live, do us a favour. Give us a like, give us a share. Hit that subscribe button, but mostly share Leicester Fan TV. That'd be brilliant. And in return, do you know what I'll do? I'll put as many comments up there, just like Redface on YouTube has done. Yuri would make a brilliant captain. I'm sort of with you. Casper shows the great leadership as a captain, but it is hard to do it from being a goalkeeper in there. By the way, talking of Kasper Schmeichel, like we just touched on there yesterday, I want to say Kasper yesterday made several fantastic saves. Didn't really get a mention between us all for man of the match because most of us gave man of the match to Daniel Amati, but Kasper Schmeichel, honestly, 2, 3, maybe 4 fantastic saves yesterday. Without that, we would have been in big trouble because it was a very close game. So let me know what your views are on Kasper as well yesterday. Had a good game there. Keith says, Madders didn't need to prove anything. Fans needed to keep the faith. Keith, listen, that's fair enough. But Madders has been, I'm going to be honest, well off form since around the time of the COVID party. Not saying 2 and 2 put together, but it is around that time. He hasn't had much impact on assists or goals, but yesterday and against Manchester United certainly thought he looked a bit better. Kevin says thought there'd be more tickets sold with it being the anniversary game. Hopefully we can get a near full stadium Wednesday night. I'm hearing there's about at least 20,000 tickets sold, Kevin, so I think it'll creep up there more and more. It's a fairly reasonable game. There's lots of Leicester fans say I can't get a home ticket. Well, there's plenty available for Wednesday, so get down there, in there. Jack saying he did give Kasper an honourable mention in there. Sonderex, watching on YouTube, says, like to ask all Leicester fans to bring their Convichai scarves if they own one and get the King Power rocking. Sing, clap and swing your scarves with pride. I think that's a great touch there, Sonderex. A great idea. If you were lucky enough to get one of the chairman's scarves when they were giving them out, do take it. I think that would be a nice touch. Don't forget they've just announced a minute's silence in there. Andy wants to talk about Cags. Listen, Andy, Cags still scares the crap out of me, Andy says. I think Kaglar Sayonku looks so much better when he's got Johnny Evans next to him. Yeah, I think him and Amati look so much better when they've got Johnny Evans next to them. Leadership, just controlling them. Perhaps they seem to do what they're told, but they need him in there. Fee says the club have posted the anniversary game info onto their Facebook page as well. We'll make sure we share that as well. Fee, thanks for that. Redface says so sad I live in Brighton. I can't go to the game. You're in the wrong town there. You're a Leicester fan and you're living in Brighton. I bet you wish it was the other way around. Carlos says, Cags is a hit or a miss, but amazing with Evans. I just think he needs Johnny Evans there. I don't rate him as much when he's got Vestergaard in there. Jono says Johnny Evans should be the captain for me. He controls the team. I think we're all in agreement that Johnny Evans makes a massive difference to that. Ross says if Casper does play on Wednesday, it'll be very emotional for him after what happened 3 years ago and seeing what happened in person. Do you think, Ross, that Casper will play or won't play? I would expect that we may well see Danny Ward, to be fair, on Wednesday. Some of these players need to get a bit of game time in there. Phil says, will Kieran Dewsbury-Hall ever get on the pitch this year? Listen, it's Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. We've seen a few little flashes of him looking quite decent, but the trouble is when you've got a Leicester side which has got Yuri Tielemans firing like he does yesterday. Sumeri had another good game yesterday. Maddison had a good game yesterday. All looking very, very good. So Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, a bit like Chowdhury, he's part of the squad, not part of the first team. Reedy says Evans hasn't got long left. I am no stato. I need a stato to tell me. I think Johnny Evans is only about 29-30, isn't he? 29-30, I think, Reedy. I'm not sure. I think he was born, or maybe he's about 30, 31, something like that. Brighton are good, says Naheem. I want to see Casper in the net. Thanks for that. Well, fair enough. I don't think Casper will. I think Danny Ward will. Has about 5 seasons. Yes. Johnny Evans has got plenty of seasons left in him yet, honestly. Now, keep those comments coming in. I'm going to give Jack, who went to the match yesterday, you all know Jack. He's coming on. I'm going to give him a couple of minutes just to say what the match was like. Let's see if he's calmed down from yesterday's game. Jack, are you there?
Yeah, good. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, Jack. How was it down at the match yesterday then? You were live down there. We were running the show back from the studios. What was it like to be down there?
Fantastic. Another win for the Foxes on the road. 3 wins now. It gives us massive confidence. James Maddison scored for the first time since Aston Villa away in February. So that was a good goal for him.
Jack, I've heard a lot of good things from people who are down there. The fans, it sounded like Leicester fans were in really, really good voice yesterday. What was it like?
Fantastic. It's what you'd expect in an away game, but I really hope it happens at the King Power as well as away games, because away games, you know, you're going to get the atmosphere and you're going to get the fans getting right behind the team from the first minute to the last, singing loud and proud. And I really hope the King Power can turn up its tune and get the atmosphere back what was there before.
I listen, against Man United, Jack, at times the King Power was rocking. It sounded really good. I think we just needed a bit of 10 days is a good long time in football. That Man United win, the win away in Moscow, then yesterday. Suddenly we're all looking forward to Brighton. I'm very, very much looking forward to Arsenal on Saturday.
Yeah. Brighton, obviously they've had a good season so far, haven't they? Obviously they got battered against Manchester City, which you'd expect to happen. Arsenal, you know, they've found a bit of form, haven't they, now, beating Aston Villa on a Friday night. Arsenal have picked up a bit of form under Mikel Arteta. They beat their North London rivals in Tottenham, which they'll be very proud of and take that one. Obviously, Spurs ain't having a great season under Nuno Espirito Santo. I mean, there's big critics there, obviously, from Tottenham fans who didn't really want him as manager to start off with. So, you know, you just got to get what's given in football. You can't help who your manager is. I mean, look at Leicester with Claude Puel. No one wanted him, but it happened. So, you know, You just got to deal with it.
Jack, just let's move quickly on to Brighton. Derek says both Brighton and us will make changes on Wednesday. I agree with him there. And then Sonderex is saying this is his team for Wednesday. What's your view on this? Ward, Castagna, Marty, Evans, Cags, Thomas, Chowdhury, Tielemans, Dewsbury-Hall, Nacho, Daka. Rotate them enough to play a strong team, but not enough to hand them an advantage, Jack. What do you make? I think Danny Ward for sure will start. I think Evans might need a bit of a breather, if I'm honest.
You know, Johnny Evans has just come back, so he'll need all the game time he can get. Obviously, with that foot injury, you just got to be wary of that. But he looks well good for his age, Johnny Evans. He's 30 odd. He's got many years in him. The leadership, like I called them the Three Musketeers, and Martis, Cags, and Johnny Evans. And look at them yesterday against Brentford, defended well. And Marty, fantastic, well-deserved man of the match from Leicester Fan TV, and the Leicester City fans would agree as well. They seem a better team without Yannick Vestergaard starting Phil, and it shows the difference with Johnny Evans in the team rather than without.
Yeah, Ross says Brentford was definitely a harder match than Man United. I mean, crikey, the Man United absolutely fell to pieces against Leicester, and certainly did against Liverpool yesterday. Brentford were decent, Jack. I think, I'm not going to say we were lucky yesterday. I thought it was hard fought. What do you think? Were we a bit lucky, or did we ride our luck there? Casper certainly made some saves.
No, I wouldn't say we were lucky. Possession doesn't win you games, Brentford. Creating chances in that final third, and that does. And obviously they didn't have that yesterday. They scored from a set piece, which Leicester is weak from. It seems like every game we seem to concede from corners. Brentford, very good side. They're just very salty. So someone hand them a salt shaker anytime soon. Maybe Thomas Frank spent too much time in the chip shop yesterday and asked them for more salt than what he got. Maybe that's why there was the way he was in that press conference. Apparently they hammered us yesterday. I'm sure I was watching the same game as him. Probably not. But Brentford are a good side, very well drilled. They like to press. They like to pass the ball and keep possession. They're very long throwy or Brentford. Them long throws yesterday didn't really make any difference to the defending that Leicester was yesterday. And I thought we defended as a team. We pushed them back and they didn't like that. They don't expect things like that. But you're playing with the big boys now, Brentford. So get used to it. And when you lose, just accept it and move on to the next game.
Go on then, Jack. Before I let you go, your predictions for Wednesday night then.
If it's a change Leicester side, I can't see us making many changes. Brendan Rodgers wants to win a trophy again this season. So I think it'll be difficult. Brighton's going to make changes as well. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leicester City win on Wednesday night.
2-1 Leicester win. Thanks, Jack. We'll see you down there on Wednesday night. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Pleasure. See you in a bit, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And come on, you Foxes.
Come on, you Foxes. Thanks, Jack. That was great to have Jack, who was down there live at the Brentford ground for us yesterday. And, of course, we'll be live from the King Power Stadium on Wednesday night and Saturday. 2 games in the space of 4 days in here. Keep those comments coming in. Don't forget, you do me the favour. If you like and share this, I can see how many people have liked and shared, and I need more of you to do it. If you do, thank you, whoever just did that. If you can, then I'll put comments up like Reedy says here. Doesn't want to be Mr. Negative, but I'm not the biggest fan of Johnny Evans' play style. Don't get me wrong, he's the glue and the leader, but it's the slowness, how he can't really play anyone without someone Reedy is live. Where is it? There. Reedy is live tomorrow night at 7:30. Come and talk to Reedy live about Johnny Evans, and maybe persuade him why Johnny Evans does make a massive difference to Leicester City in there. Sean says, Benkovic and Vestergaard, please give Vestergaard a chance to earn his chance. Yeah, I think Vestergaard may well play on Wednesday. Jeffrey says, I wonder if you can put flowers down at the memorial. You can, Jeffrey. You definitely can. The club are fine with that. There's an email just gone out tonight. There was a minute's silence before the match as well. Andy's getting a score prediction in there. 2-2 extra time, then penalties. Sonderex says 4-2 Daka hat-trick with a Kieran Dewsbury screaming. That's very particular, Sonderex. Ross says, I think I need to be Reedy's replacement for tomorrow night. Hey, listen, I'd let Reedy sit it all out for himself tomorrow night, Ross. Lee says, Reedy, what? 7:30 tomorrow night, Lee. Come and see Reedy live on Leicester Fan TV, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you can see what Reedy thinks. The councillor, yeah, I think Casper kept us in it. Jack didn't think we were lucky. I thought you make your own luck. I thought, to be fair, Brentford didn't take their chances. But anyway, he says, I thought we were lucky yesterday, but we were on the counter-attacking best yesterday. Sonderax is slightly disagreeing with Reedy's comments. He's in for it tomorrow night, trust me. He says, Evans is cool and composed. He plays slow as he's known. He isn't a fast player's experience. He's a centre back. I agree, Sunderx. He doesn't need to be fast. He's just steady. Johnny Evans, is very, very steady, and he's control. What his best thing is for me, he controls Sanku and whoever he's next to. Andy says, "Is Reedy on the J2O again?" I think something stronger than that. Jeffrey says, "What's he been?" Sorry, Reedy, you're in for it now tomorrow night, mate. You put it up there. Reedy put it up there, not me. Which. Reedy then goes on to say it was a very big smash. He's digging a hole tomorrow, Reedy. Tomorrow, 7:30. Come and speak to him. Smash and grab. I thought we were a little bit. We rode our luck yesterday, but Reedy, honestly. Ross says, not a fan of Evans, Phil. We need to give him a lesson about players who we are fans of. Lewis and Adi Akinbai. Yeah, Reedy's now realising what he's in for tomorrow night. Edwin says, I'm a little bit late, but what do you think about Leicester not starting Daka, and would you start Daka next game? Well, there's 2 points there. Firstly, Jamie Vardy is on great form for Leicester in the Premier League. So why on earth would anybody not want to start Jamie Vardy? He's been around, seen it, done it, won it, scored it. Jamie Vardy is going to get the first nod this season for me. But it's nice to see Patson Daka knocking on the door. He's going to get lots of opportunities. Daka is going to play on Wednesday. May well come on and play against Arsenal, but if Jamie Vardy's fit, I expect him to play against Arsenal. Do you agree? But I don't expect Vardy to start against Brighton in there at all. Neil saying really hasn't got a clue. Be a good move to get Benkovic. Benkovic won't play. Benkovic will not play this season, if you ask me. He's just not rated. There is no way he will play on Wednesday. You heard it here. If he did play, well, on Wednesday, I don't know. I don't think he will. 100% don't think he will do. I'm having to quickly read some of these comments before I put them up there. Andrew saying start Daka on Wednesday. I think he will. I think Vardy's. I've not seen how bad Vardy's not was, but they won't start him against Brighton, if you ask me, in there. Jeffrey says, here a lot of people saying we was luck, but three. Exactly. It doesn't matter. It's luck. It's not luck. It's not luck that Casper made 4 great saves. It's not luck that Anacho held the ball up. Tielemans did a fantastic pass through to Daka, who did the unselfish thing, and Maddison put it in. That's not luck. We absolutely in there. Jamie Vardy. Thanks, Vards, for watching. We appreciate it. Says Reedy's Bird will be joining. I think that's a bit of an in-joke there. Start Daka, says Chris Ward. He will do. Honestly, Daka will start on Wednesday, I'm sure, in there. Thought the stadium plans being submitted to the city for final permits. The club has received an overwhelming acceptance. Yeah, it all looks like it's going to go through, mate. That's on the expansion. Chris says, will Albrighton or Barnes play on Wednesday night? Mark Albrighton will not play. He is out for the next 3 weeks, Curtis. That's injury news that came out, I think, yesterday. But Mark Albrighton is out for at least 3 weeks. Barnes, again, I agree, probably will get some good game time. Probably should start on Wednesday. Do you agree with that? I want us to beat Brighton. Like Jack said, this is one there for us to win. The League Cup, it's there. A team like Leicester take the League Cup seriously. We could get at least semi-finals and through to the finals if we take it seriously, and we've put out decent sides so far in it. So I expect that Brendan Rodgers will take it seriously. I want another trip to Wembley. I'm getting used to it again. It feels like 1996 when every season we get to go to Wembley. I'm liking this. I want it more, please. I think I think Barnes and Lookman should start this weekend. I think they'll both start against Brighton, if I'm honest. I don't think either will start against Arsenal. Honestly, don't think either will. Curtis says, wasn't aware of the Albrighton injury, but he would start Harvey Barnes in there. Chris would start Lookman. I agree with him in there. Lee says, sounds good about Barnes and Lookman. I'm sure they will start against Wednesday. Rudy says, hopefully we'll get a win on Wednesday and get revenge for the defeat the other day. Ross says, I've said loads of times, I want to win the League Cup. The days of Hillsborough final, 1997 on Wembley. Yeah, honestly, you've missed one there as well. Obviously, we're parking the defeat to Spurs. It never happened. Never happened. I forgot I was there, Ross. So have you. Really, 7:30 tomorrow. Bring it on, everyone. We all have our opinions. This is Reedy, who says that Johnny Evans doesn't have much of an impact. He's slow. Also, Reedy thought that yesterday we were very, very lucky in a smash and grab. 7:30 tomorrow night. Past you. I've plugged that show to death. Hosted by Reedy, because Jack is on a big date, because it's Hayley's birthday. Happy birthday to Hayley for tomorrow night. Listen, thank you for everybody who has liked and shared. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV. You're watching. I know you are. I can see how many people are watching. Please give us a like. Please give us a share. Please subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, go over to YouTube, because there's more videos coming up on YouTube that aren't on Facebook, because we put the videos on YouTube. That's sort of how it works. So if you're a Leicester fan and you're on Facebook or Twitter, go over to the YouTube channel, please, and subscribe. That would be absolutely brilliant. I'm going to get the last few comments in a minute once I've thanked all these guys, which is ADT, Hologram, Everard's who make Tiger Beer, Peter's Pizza, Pucker Pies, Pink Car Leasing. Leicester Riders, there's a match on Friday. Leicester Riders at the Morningside Arena. If you've not been down the basketball, get down there. I'm going this Friday, so I shall see you down there. Big weekend. Riders on Friday, City on Saturday, City on Wednesday. Busy. Fox's Arms is shut now, but we'll still promote it for Jamie, who's live on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. His new late schedule, because he can't be asked to get, because he likes to start a bit later on a Sunday. Newby & Co, estate agents in Glenfield and Gruby and Ratby, give them a shout. And Hope Against Cancer, who we support all the way through. Last couple of comments, and before we all go, it's 8 o'clock, Coronation Street's started or whatever. Come on, you foxes, says Lee. Simon, yeah, minute silence. Yes, that's just come out. There is a minute silence before the match, so please do respect that. I'd say Bertrand, give him some game time, says Curtis, about who should play. Keith saying, it's laid to Reedy night. Reedy also said he thought Sonku was a bit of a donkey in medical terms. Keith, I really need to read your comments before I just put them up on screen for everybody to see there. Imran says, we'll beat Brighton and we have a great chance for more silverware. We will in there. Wayne, thank you. 3-1 Leicester. I'm feeling positive again in there. Last couple of comments just before you go. Andy says, at the Blues Bar, if there's time, Andy, before and after, come and see us. Come and get your views on video in there. The councillor, good night to you, sir, says, let's make it 4 wins in a row. Brad Norman, yes, is the answer to that. You'll be on late, but it's on playback on YouTube, on Facebook. Wherever you're watching, thank you for all your comments tonight. We can't do the show without Leicester fans. That's why we're called Leicester Fan TV, because we're fans, you're fans, and that's why we do this. Reedy, 7:30 tomorrow night. Enjoy. I'll be watching that one now.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everard's, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby & Co Estate Agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.